Hello and a very good day to you. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing well. This is a re-recording of the last day of our January retreat, the transformational retreat, and it's probably the deepest experience that we had of the week. We're looking at doing an inner child healing and also working with the shadow self today. So I thought I would do a little presentation just to begin with to explain a little bit about the shadow self, the inner child that always resides within us, some more than others, of course. You know your inner child when it wants to come out and play. The vibration is fun, that it's light, that you're following your excitement. The inner child always part of us, but we're going to visit the former inner child, our former self, and we're going to have a little look perhaps at what happened during childhood or adolescence before we were adults at 18, essentially. So I hope you enjoy. Let me do the screen sharing first of all. I'll just be a little second getting the presentation up. Here we go. So we're looking at shadow work here. And shadow work's the process of exploring and integrating the subconscious or unconscious parts of your personality that you may repress or reject, often leading to diminishing personal growth and less self-acceptance. Shadow work helps you understand hidden emotions and behaviours, allowing for greater authenticity in your life, and this would lead to personal growth and self-acceptance. What is shadow work? It's a psychological process that involves exploring the unconscious parts of our personality, referred to as the shadow self. This includes repressed emotions, fears, desires that conflict with your conscious self-image. The goal is to bring those hidden aspects into awareness, allowing for personal growth and healing. So essentially, what can happen is that we're told certain things and we repress that aspect of our personality. And we repress it down into the subconscious mind. And if you like, we dissociate from that aspect of ourselves. A good example I can give from myself would be being told that I'm very chatty. I'm a chatterbox, which, yeah, I concur. I'm chatty and I enjoy being chatty, but maybe a part of me would feel embarrassed about that or feel that I'm putting too much on other people or I'm not listening to other people enough. And that would cause me to repress that out of my personality and become quieter and less extrovert. It's just a little example there because of guilt, shame, embarrassment around speaking all the time. Uh, but you know, the gift of communication is a wonderful gift that allows us to share our thoughts, our feelings, and our ideas with the world. And in repressing chat and communication, we could also be repressing sharing some good information with people at the end of the day and lots more. So I think it's really important to do shadow work. And I would encourage you to go soft and go gentle on yourself if you've never done it before. You'll find out what really is worth working at when we look at the inner child, and the inner child gives you a little bit of guidance there. Okay, so purpose of shadow work. The main objectives are to bring around self-awareness, recognizing the traits and emotions that you've ignored or rejected. That's that dissociation that I'm talking about. And most people do dissociate to some extent. Spiritual people can dissociate from time to time. We maybe not want to own the parts of ourselves that maybe we perceive to be darker, hence the shadow. However, there's always nuggets of gold in that shadow, as described earlier with my chatty example. So it brings around self-awareness. It lets us recognize our traits and emotions and hopefully integrate them. So integration being the second point there, as we do accept those aspects of our identity and personality, it leads to us behaving much more authentically. And emotional healing, of course, it's addressed as we look at unresolved triggers and negative behaviours that stem from your shadow. So triggers will show you that you have a shadow. Everyone has a shadow. the purpose of this is to integrate the shadow, be okay with our shadow self, and integrate it into the entire personality. And that way we're not dissociating, and that way we're not being sparked off by triggers. Because triggers, what people say to you, if you feel uncomfortable with that, the chances are that what they're referring to is in your shadow self. It can mean more than that, but certainly it's a really good example, place to draw from. And that's why, even though the shadow is repressed, it's kept in the subconscious part of our mind, mostly, the triggers will bring it to the surface a little bit, and we will feel a little bit uncomfortable with it as we feel uncomfortable with the aspect of ourselves that we've repressed. Benefits of shadow work: increased clarity. Understanding your emotional responses and behaviour will always give you clarity and help you know yourself better. And as we said previously, when we looked at relationships, I think the most important relationship you have is with yourself. So really accepting yourself for who you are is everything. That way, we have a much better chance of loving ourselves. So we have more clarity around who we are and therefore the way that we respond to the world and why we feel the way we do when the world comes into our world, our paradigm. Enhance creativity, tapping into hidden talents and desires. You might find them there today in your shadow. Improve relationships for sure because it reduces conflict as we understand one another's triggers. And there's greater self-acceptance. And I say self-acceptance is everything really. You know, being at peace with yourself and actually appreciating who you are is everything. And it really helps us build a more loving and positive relationship with ourselves. We think more positively about ourselves. We feel more valued. We feel that we're worthy of other people showing us value. Our self-esteem rises, and even our confidence can be affected positively as we embrace all parts of ourselves. And we know our strengths, we know our weaknesses, but we're okay with that. No one's good at everything. We all have weaknesses, and everyone has little flaws, or if you like, little aspects to our personality. The word escaped me there, I'm sorry. Okay, if you're doing some shadow work on your own, you may wish to journal, talk about your feelings to your phone or write them down, and your dreams, your reactions to overcome hidden aspects. Earlier in the week, we talked about the Chinese medicine system and the Taoist tradition where there's a little pause before we respond to something. And in that pause, we either express yin energy or yang energy. We either go within or we go out. And it's just so good to be aware of yourself so that then you know that you're responding to things rather than just reacting to them. So it's all good. Reflection, spend some time meditating by reflecting on the things that have triggered you and maybe relating them to aspects of your childhood or some of your experiences after childhood. And therapy, well, I think Carl Jung really nailed it with all the archetypes of the mind and the subconscious mind. So any therapy like that is useful. Theta healing's brilliant because it deals with the subconscious mind as well. It helps you explore what has created the shadow, your triggers, and helps resolve those as well. So theta healing is just perfect. Bear in mind, we have lots of aspects of the mind. We've got the higher mind, higher self as it's called. We've got the lower mind or the ego, as it's known as. And the ego is simply your identity. But it's much more on the survival level, whereas the higher self, the higher mind, has more intellect and is more connected, if you like, to a greater consciousness. You've also got your intelligence, you've got your personality, you have various other aspects of the subconscious mind too. So we're really looking at lots of different parts of ourselves And what we're trying to do here is integrate them all. Our identity, our ego, integrating it with the higher self, our self-image, our personality, and so on and so forth. So it's really interesting work, and I hope that you enjoy doing this with us today. Shadow work is a journey of self-discovery that requires a lot of courage and commitment. I'm very proud of everyone who did their shadow work with us last night. It was incredible. There was an emotional response by most people, but everyone felt better for it at the end. Um, it can lead to profound personal transformations. So our practice is to reflect on something that may have happened to you as a child and made you feel some of these triggers here. These triggers would be showing you your shadow self, guilt, shame, embarrassment, anger, resentment, jealousy, despair, loneliness, rejection, and regret. And may I say, on a deeper spiritual level or a metaphysical level, which means beyond the mind, beyond the physical, sorry. So it's really referring to the mind. When we work on these emotions, we're clearing up our body, we're healing our body. For example, anger may be stored in the liver. So clearing any angry energies will help your liver health. Resentment resides in lots of areas of your digestive system. For example, the gallbladder, the liver, once again, and also lower parts of the digestive system. The kidneys and the bladder are very influenced by resentment or angry energies too. So working on this, despair and also regret, those energies reside in the lungs. So you would be clearing anything in your lungs by doing a little bit of shadow work as well. It's absolutely fantastic how the mind and the body are completely related. So what's going on here will eventually manifest there. Your thoughts and your feelings towards the world and how it's responding to you would create your shadow, and that gets repressed, but that also affects your body. It manifests deep into the body. So what we're going to do is we are going to do an inner child healing, and we're going to work on one aspect of the shadow that you have been repressing, and that element may come out of your inner child healing. So I hope that made sense, and I hope you enjoyed hearing about that. We're going to get into practice now. So I'm going to take you into a theta state for this one today. We're going to go into a theta state, and we're going to do a little bit of inner child work, and that's going to take us into our shadow work, which I'm going to be doing some theta healing with. So with everything I do, if you follow the instructions, and when I'm offering some healing, in your mind, if you say yes, then that will flow to you. That's a full intention here. And I've connected with everyone that's been working, the 24 people, the 24 of us that done the check-in. I've connected to you all just before I hit record. So again, I'm going to really try and help you shift your stuff. So the intention's been set. If you would like the healings, you just say yes in your mind. If not, you just work through it and see where it takes you. I would suggest that you put some time aside to do this video as well. I would suggest that you go into a space where you're not interrupted. I'd put your phone off as well. I'd light a candle, I'd get a blanket, I would have my journal, my log next to me, and a pen, just in case some of the stuff that comes up, you can jot down. You can jot down after the meditation. If you open your eyes and start to write, then you will come out of the theta state. So if you do that, make sure you pull more earth energy up through your body and allow it to just expand up through the universe and into the pearly iridescent white light. Should you open your eyes or think much, we then go out of the theta state and we bounce between that and a beta brainwave. So you just bring yourself back into your body, go back up, and that's you back in the theta state. And we're working then with your subconscious mind, and you should have a little bit more awareness than normal of what is going on there. So I invite you to get yourself nice and comfortable. And as always, we're going to begin by just following the circuit of breath, the natural circuit of breath, in through our nose, into our chest, into our tummy, and then back out through the mouth. And I invite you to relax your tummy, allow it to be nice and soft. And as you take your next in breath, feel your tummy expand, then your chest fill with air. And as you exhale, release the breath from the tummy first and let your body relax. Notice the contact between your body and whatever's supporting you right now. And with each out breath, let your body become one with the chair, the couch, the bed, wherever you may be. Breathing deeply into our center, imagine that you're breathing in golden light, breathing in the universal life force, deep into your center. And as you exhale, imagine that you're releasing dark smoke, which may be negativity, could be toxins, could be blocks. Imagine them flow out of all the cells of your body with every out breath as dark smoke. Breathing in golden light. Exhaling dark smoke. Taking as deep a breath as possible in through the nostrils and out through your mouth. Breathing in the golden light, imagine it flow to every cell of your body, energizing, refreshing, cleansing, healing every cell of your body with each deep breath. And exhaling the dark smoke, releasing the toxins, the negativity, the tension from your body, from every cell of your body. That's beautiful. I'm going to gather some unconditional love as you continue to take deep breaths, thinking of anything that's an unconditional source of joy to you. It could be a pet, it could be a favourite person, a place, something that you love to do. As you connect with that, as you remember that, feel the energy emanate from your heart into your body. And we're going to take another deep breath. And this time, as you exhale, imagine that you're sending your energy down through the soles of your feet. And imagine roots grow, strong tap roots, one from each foot, growing down through the foundations, down into the soil, permeating the harder soils and rocks of the earth, growing through the minerals, the elements, and all the layers of the earth. And imagine your roots just now entwine around the heart of Gaia, Mother Earth. And allow the divine feminine energy to hold you, to support you, to help you feel safe, protected, and secure. And I invite you to take some deep breaths, imagining that you're breathing in through your roots, pulling the energy up into your body, feeling it flow into your feet, transferring up your legs, into your knees and your thighs. And as you continue to take deep breaths in through your roots, feel that energy flowing into your hips, into the base of your spine, opening the base chakra, and feel the energy now flow up your spine. Imagine that you're pulling it up your spine, up through all the vertebrae, opening all the chakras as the energy flows up towards your crown. Taking another slow, deep breath, pulling the earth energy all the way up through your body. And you may feel it like a little draft or a little bit of tingly sensation at your crown. Taking another slow, deep breath. And one more slow, deep breath. And as you exhale this time, imagine the energy flowing out your crown like a fountain of energy, surrounding your body in a beautiful bubble of light. Noticing the colour of the bubble and the texture or the energy all around you just now. Let's take another deep breath together. And as you exhale, imagine that you're gently expanding up, pushing up, lifting softly in your bubble up to the ceiling, gently up through the roof of the building, above your home, above your town, up into the deep sky, and beyond the clouds way up high. Imagine that you're pushing up through the cosmos with the stars whizzing by you, the darker skies, more bright starry skies. And imagine now you're going a little beyond the stars, beyond the universe, going up through a golden hue, soft golden mist. Imagine now that you're pushing up through some jelly-like substance, which can be any colour or any texture. And above your head just now, there's a skylight with a pearly iridescent white light. Take a nice deep breath and push yourself up through the skylight into the iridescent blue light. Imagine that you're traveling to the center of this iridescent white light. And as you travel to the center of it, imagine you're traveling to the center of the sun, becoming one with this energy. As you breathe it in, feel your body energetically expand. Expand to take up the space, to become one with the space. As you become one with the universe, all that is, and all that is becomes one with you. It's a feeling of unconditional love and peace in this space. And imagine just now that you're gently walking forward through a soft mist. And as you move forward, you find yourself walking on soft green grass underfoot, enjoying the feeling of walking across this lawn. And in front of you, you can now see a bench. The bench is made of rose quartz, and it's a big bench. I invite you to sit on the bench and get nice and comfortable. I'd like you to imagine that you're talking to your former younger self. So we take a moment to call in our younger self, to call in our inner child, and feel the connection between your adult self and your former younger self. Take your inner child's hand and ask your inner child if it's got any messages for you, if it's got anything it wants to speak about. And did you receive a message there? Can you now reassure your inner child that everything's going to work out just fine? And as you connect with your inner child, can you, or the inner child as part of you, remember feeling uncomfortable in any way as a child or an adolescent? What felt uncomfortable to you? Did you feel safe, secure, loved, protected, and cherished? What did you feel like? And we're going to bring our awareness into our own body right now and see where we're holding on to that energy. Scanning your body from your head, noticing how your head feels, your forehead, your face, the jaw, the neck, shoulders, your arms and hands. Paying attention to how your chest feels, your heart feels, your solar plexus, your torso. Noticing the energy of your back, your hips, the lower digestive system, your legs, knees, and feet. And I invite you to breathe into anything that feels less comfortable until it softens. Thank you. And I would suggest you continue to breathe into your body until all the feelings or any tension begins to soften. And when we do this, allow yourself to really feel what's going on in your body. And when you accept what that is and you breathe into it, you breathe in presence into it, you breathe in love into it, and you'll be quite amazed at how quickly it softens and dissipates. Could you identify with any traumatic experiences during early childhood and what your inner child felt? May I ask if I can clear any trauma or any negative conditioning around such matters that you're aware of right now, using theta healing, sending it all to the light as love and bringing in unconditional love and asking for an instant healing for you. Enjoy. That's beautiful. And you may give your inner child another hug and reassure the inner child that everything is going to work out just right. What would you like your inner child to feel like? You may connect with your inner child and ask the inner child how it would like to feel. Knowing that healing is always past, present, and future. It's in all directions of time and space. Have a little conversation with your inner child, hug your inner child, and find out how you really wanted to feel as a child, as a young person. It's possibly how you want to feel right now. Enjoy. And after today's practice, you may wish to take some notes on how your inner child wished to feel. But we're going to take something from that and do a little bit of shadow work now. So keeping your eyes closed, just take a few slow deep breaths into your tummy once again. Imagine that brilliant blue sky. Imagine the sun gently shining on you, making you feel comfortable and warm. The birds may be singing. Imagine you're in your happy space. And we're going to take a shadow element. We're going to choose something out of the plethora of emotions we discussed earlier on, or whatever came up for you. So it could be shame or embarrassment, or it might be guilt, it might be jealousy, and it might be around something in particular. So it is that we continue to feel those emotions, and that's what we're going to work on just now to integrate them with our whole self. Because all emotions are valid, all emotions, and we have so many emotions because we could potentially experience so many different situations. So all emotions are valid, and we're just going to work on releasing and integrating now. So taking something and imagine that you're placing that shadow element in front of you just now with love, compassion, and kindness. You may know how you feel and you may know why you feel that way. Let's drop all mental identification once more with the shadow element this time and drop our awareness into our body, do a little body scan, see where you're holding on to that energy, locate it, And you may even label that, wherever it may be. Take a moment just to breathe into it, breathe in love into it, breathe in compassion and kindness. Being mindful, which means to do it without any judgment and simply feel what's going on in your body, breathing into it till it all softens. Thank you. I'd like you to imagine that you're physically pulling out the negative conditions and emotions associated with the shadow element. Imagine you're pulling it out by the root, and it may be where you're feeling it in your body just now, and you use your hands to literally pull that energy out and place it in front of you just now. And you may well feel it's in your throat, your heart, your chest, your digestive system. Pull it all out just now and place it in front of you. Continually breathing into where you're holding those emotions as you pull out the energy and negative conditioning. And we're going to invoke Saint Geraint, keeper of the purple violet flame, and ask Saint Geraint to transform this energy, this conditioning, these emotions that no longer serve, transmute them to harmless form, and send them to the light. And let's ask Saint Geraint to bring the purple violet flame into our being, into our auric field, our energy field, and our being, our body, to gently transmute and transform over the coming days these emotions, shadow elements, the old conditioning that no longer serves you. And imagine just now your shadow simply dissolve into the light. Imagine that the shadow element just now is being completely resolved in all levels, past, present, and future. Would you like to know what that feels like with a little theta healing? And know that you've held on to the positive aspects of your shadow. Would you like to know what it feels like to integrate those into your being without associating them with the negative conditions and emotions of the past? Again, just say yes if you'd like the healing. Let's ask the creator of all that is to resolve any lessons that you've been learning around the conditioning that created the shadow self and the subsequent emotions associated with your shadow self. Let's ask the creator to do a historical and ancestral healing for you in case you brought those aspects from a previous lifetime, and let's ask that they be resolved in this lifetime now. Thank you. Let's have the creator show you all the positive aspects surrounding your shadow self. And as you reflect on it, feel the healing flow. What has your shadow taught you? There would be some useful lessons in there. Take a moment to reflect on what it's taught you. That's beautiful, and you may wish to jot those points down at the end of the meditation. But before we get there, let's have the Creator show you all the positive aspects surrounding your shadow self and ask that this modified, updated version of shadow be fully integrated as part of you with complete self acceptance. If you'd like the healing, say yes. And finally, almost finally, let's scan the body again just to notice how our body's feeling, bringing our awareness into the body, noticing your tensions, noticing anything uncomfortable, and once again, taking a few moments to breathe into that as it continues to clear. Wonderful. And we're going to do a real clearing here. We're going to do a little bit of toning. It's known as the heart song with theta healing. If you bring your hand to your heart and place your hand right over your heart, or both hands over your heart, and just take a moment to notice the energy of your heart. What's your connection? And if you'd like to say, I appreciate you, I love you, to your heart, and notice the energy. You might feel a gentle, soft warmth. If you'd like to say thank you to your heart, beautiful. Now keep your hands there, and what we're going to do is make a command. And if you'd like to repeat this command in a few moments, when we make the command, we then tone the sound out. And we allow ourselves to feel the vibration between our hands and our heart, and also from our lips as we exhale the sound out. Or it may be deeper, or it may sound a little bit up and down. Go with it, and you'll feel it getting a little bit smoother as the healing continues to release. So, if you want to take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, repeat the following command, making an intention completely clear. Creator of all that is, it is commanded that all the anger, rage, sorrow, fear, self loathing, and all that I have been clearing from my shadow self be released from my heart through the tone of my voice. Thank you, it is done, show me. And now begin to tone. Make the sound ah with each out breath. Take nice, slow, deep breaths and release that sound. Thank you. That's beautiful. And just allow yourself to relax now. Again, reassure your heart and your inner child that all is well. And if you feel that you want to continue with the heart song or breathing into anything that resides in your body, any tensions or any discomfort, unpleasantness, then pause the video and continue to do so. Otherwise, imagine that you're giving your inner child a hug. And we're going to practice the butterfly hug. And if you like to take your hands up to your shoulders and give them a nice rub, a nice squeeze, give yourself a hug, running your hands down your arms, down to your wrists, and back up your arms a few times, giving your shoulders a nice rub. Give yourself a hug and a pat in the back for having the courage to face your shadow self. And imagine that you're saying cheerio to your higher self for just now, and that you're walking back across that lawn of soft green grass, back through the mist, back into the pearly iridescent white light, the tingly diamond fields of energy. Allow yourself to breathe that energy in once again, becoming one with the energy as the energy becomes one with you. And in your beautiful bubble of light, which has reappeared, imagine that you're dropping back down into the universe with the stars whizzing by you. Imagine that you're traveling down through darker skies with less stars and more bright starry skies. And imagine that you can see the beautiful blue planet on the horizon with her magnificent landscapes and sceneries, beautiful oceans and seas, trees and forests, snow-capped mountains, our home, planet Earth. Imagine you coming down through any clouds way up high, back into the crisp sky, above your home, and back into your space. And take a moment to notice the contact between your body and whatever may be supporting you right now. And notice in particular the contact between your feet and the ground below. If you're lying down, imagine that your feet are placed on the ground. And I invite you to take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, imagine you're sending your energy back down through the soles of your feet, just as energy, and feel that energy flow and connect with the earth. And at the same time, imagine that you're breathing in through your feet, allowing the earth energy to transfer into your energy field as your energy field connects with the earth, allowing yourself to become one. It's beautiful. And imagine now you're sending some roots down, tap roots down through your feet, through the foundations, into the earth below. And imagine those tap roots now entwine around an anchor. Your anchor can be any colour, made of any material. It may be crystal, it may be metal. Imagine your roots entwine around this anchor, holding you to the ground. That's beautiful. And breathe in through your feet once more and bring the earth energy back into your body. And just when you're ready, bringing some gentle movement into your body, wiggling your fingers, your toes. Have a nice big stretch. Reach for the stars. And stretch your legs out, maybe giving your thighs a little bit of a rub as you do so. Stretching is releasing once more, just releasing any remnants of the energy that you're letting go of. Thank you so much for taking part in our practice today. Thank you to everyone that came along to our January, Transformational January event. We will be back in February and we're going to do an eclipse special. So lots of really good work. We continue to do the good work and continue to grow. Thank you so much. My love to you all. If you've got any comments or any feedback, please place them underneath the video. I would love to read them. I hope you had a good experience. And take some time today to comfort yourself, to do something nice for you. Drink plenty of water as well, as healing was flowing through that whole experience, Reiki healing, and also the theta healing that we did together. Have a great day, and I hope to see you again soon. My love to everyone, and bye for now.